Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of Alabama Farmers Cooperative.
What one thing can you say about your local quality co-op store? You can trust us. You get what you need for your farm, for your lawn and garden, and the safest products for your pets. We're locally owned and operated, and you can trust that we care about our community and the people in it. So if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, or if you farm hundreds of acres, the Quality Co-op Store has exactly what you need to get the job done. All this plus friendly, knowledgeable advice. Your Quality Co-op Store. There's one near you.
What sustains us? Food? Family? Faith. Alabama farmers live those things every day. They conserve our resources, clothe our families, and fill our tables. They cultivate jobs for our communities and values for our future. Farmers grow it all, right here in Alabama.
Hello and welcome to Simply Southern. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. Farmers have been described as the first environmentalists. Today, we'll ask a farmer about what he does to protect the environment.
Speaking of farmers, a couple who left the corporate world to run a sheep dairy have never looked back. Today, Melissa Bowman will introduce us to them and the sheep who help them produce award-winning cheeses.
And I'm Stacy Little. Today in the kitchen, I'm going to show you how to turn a few vegetables and a pork loin fillet into a sheet pan meal that you'll have ready in about 35 minutes. Stay tuned.
Sandy Toomer was born and raised in Birmingham, and his wife Trish is a West Virginia native. After nearly a decade serving overseas as missionaries, the Toomers came back to the States in 2002.
And they settled in the Auburn, Opelika area because they knew people from a local church who had supported their missions. And in 2004, to help send their 2 children to college, they started Toomer's Coffee.
They've turned it into an extremely successful business. There's just one thing locals have to remember. Toomer's Coffee is not located at Toomer's Corner. Thanks to the famous drugstore at the corner of College Street and Magnolia Avenue, the name Toomer's is synonymous with Auburn. But in neighboring Opelika, the buzz is all about Toomer's Coffee, owned by Sandy and Trish Toomer. And no, there's no relation.
We get asked all the time, are you related? And I'll go, it's so distant. It's like across the pond, you know, in another century. So we are the coffee, not the corner. But we do love the whole community here.
Now, when people say, I'm gonna have somebody meet me here, they tell somebody, meet me at Toomer's, and they'll go, Toomer's Corner or Toomer's Coffee. So we've kind of found our niche. Everybody knows we're here.
Toomer's Coffee has moved and morphed a few times since opening. They now offer a grab-and-go coffee bar with a shop featuring bags of coffee, of course, and a line of Aunt Trish's mixes, inspired by Trish's love of baking. But the majority of their business is wholesale beans roasted by Sandy himself. Before roasting, coffee beans could be confused for lentils. Roasting time and temperature are important, but having a roaster who can rely on senses of smell, sight, and sound is paramount.
It's a real craft. It's not something you just watch a YouTube video and become great at. You got to do it for 15, 16 years.
With an infrared roaster, the 30-plus coffees offered by Toomer's are all low acid, which makes it an even bigger hit with customers.
We sell to all 50 states now. We have a saying, everybody drinks coffee or they know somebody who drinks coffee. Coffee is the most heavily traded commodity in the world, even more so than oil.
Coffee is a second career for the Toomers, who previously worked as missionaries in Ecuador. In part through their Coffee for Missions brand, the couple still supports missions and ministries. And even though their daily work has changed, they still do what they do in word and deed unto the Lord.
Everything we do, we're not trying to impress anybody. We're just trying to do the best we can because of who we serve.
All of my family loved coffee before we even got into it. About 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we look at each other and say, it's time for a cup of coffee. It's a time to encourage each other and to talk about what's going on in your life and how can I help. Maybe somebody is struggling through something, and whether it's through the Word of God or through conversation, that somehow coffee makes it easy to open up, when you're sipping a good cup of coffee.
Sandy told us they've seen a huge increase in business since the pandemic, but aside from hiring a couple seasonal workers, Sandy and Trish do everything for the business right there in that 1,500 square foot building in Opelika.
And that includes all the packing and shipping for online orders. And even though it's just the two of them, they get your orders shipped out and to your door in just 2 days.
To try Toomer's Coffee, their shop is open Monday through Friday from 7 to 4, or you can order online at toomerscoffee.com. From savory cheeses to sweet caramel spreads, the sheep of Dayspring Dairy contribute to a number of tasty products. We'll visit these lovely ladies next on Simply Southern.
If you're in a car accident that requires your vehicle to be put in the shop for an extended period of time, would you be able to pay out of pocket for a rental car? Loss of use coverage helps pay for a rental vehicle while your car is being repaired. It's an additional coverage that goes a long way when an unfortunate event like a car wreck happens. Contact your local Alpha agent to learn more about adding this coverage to your policy. These Alpha Insights are proudly presented by Alpha Insurance.
Get discounts on national brands and at local businesses with your Alpha Farmers membership. Members save hundreds with Ford, John Deere, Case IH, and Caterpillar. Plus, enjoy special rates at Choice and Wyndham Hotels. Benefits include rewards at Office Depot, Priester's Pecans, tourism destinations, and more. Download the Alpha Perks app, visit alphafarmers.org/perks, or stop by your local Alpha office and start saving today.
Alabama is a state filled with riches, like the juiciest peaches, a summer tomato sandwich, or Grandma's pecan pie. But perhaps our greatest treasures are the hands that grow. From generations past through the years to come, Alabama fruit and vegetable growers produce an abundance we all enjoy. Alabama produce. It just tastes better.
No matter the herd you tend to, or the type of seeds you sow, Farm Bureau Bank understands the lifestyle and financial needs of our neighbors. We're here to help grow traditions, give back to agricultural communities, and offer financial convenience for your unique way of life. Whether it's personal or business, we are committed to serving you and your financial needs. Please give us a call and we'll get started today.
A farmer has to live on faith. We do all we can do, but we can only control so much.
Alabama is the second largest poultry growing state in the nation, so we're trying our best to grow all the corn we can for that.
What we produce not only feeds and clothes all of the United States, but about half of what we make goes on to the world market.
We've been able to improve yields, have some things that can help us produce a better crop. I'm proud of the product we make and proud that I can say I'm an Alabama farmer.
Wear long pants, long sleeve shirts, and closed-toed shoes. Don't be ticked. Use repellents with 20% DEET on skin and 0.5% permethrin on gear and clothing. Don't be ticked. Avoid sitting on rotten logs or stumps. Don't be ticked. Protect yourself from serious tick-borne illnesses and seek timely treatment to prevent long-term problems. No hunters were angered in the making of this film.